Why have you all made watching the WNBA so weird? Let's talk about it.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what I say. Hard work, work, work. Earn my pay. Hard work, work. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of quarter to three. Hard work, work. Let me go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Boots on and lace.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Big Sarge, your host of the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show, live on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Sarge Media. And make sure you're reading all my articles at www.bigsargemedia.com. Hey, it's been a minute. I'm back. First off, let me start off by saying happy heavenly birthday to my mother, Roslyn Rock Do Dirty McGee. I miss that woman, boy. I miss that little woman. Do I miss her? So maybe a little tough day for me, y'all. So y'all pray for me, walk with me, send me some prayers on my social medias if you can, because it's gonna be a hard day, man. And that my mama was my best friend. My mama was one of my best friends. Let me say that. Like one of my best friends. I watched that lady go through so much struggle with 3 boys as a single parent and still made it happen. 2 kids playing sports. She made it happen. Working 2 jobs, but still able to make it out and support us. And so I miss my mom. I think about her every day. So happy heavenly birthday to my mother. All right, I ain't gonna keep y'all long, but guess what? We're going to keep doing this. These are the things that we're going to be doing on a consistent basis. I'm going to let y'all know that right now, because I will be back later on today to talk some Houston Texans football. We've got to talk about this game coming up this week. Some people believe that, the Houston Texans are just going to walk into Indianapolis and just run over the Colts, and that's not going to happen. I understand what the Houston Texans have done, and they have a very, let me not say great just yet. They have a very good team. If they stay healthy, they'll be very good. All they got to do is stay healthy. They'll be very good. But this Indianapolis Colts team is not a team you can just walk over, especially with their defense and what they can do in the run game. They added a wide receiver to go along with an athletic quarterback. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get to the Houston Texans talk later on today. But right now, so there's something that's been on my mind that I really been wanting to talk about, and I avoid it. So I'm a WNBA fan. When I say a WNBA fan, I'm a true WNBA fan. Every time I see a former WNBA player, I always give them their props, especially the ones who went through, like when the Houston Comets first started out, right? The Houston Comets, the Houston Comets won the first 4 WNBA titles, like that far back from working inside of Foot Action and seeing Cynthia Cooper, seeing Cynthia Cooper and seeing the late Kim Perrott come in there laughing, joking, playing, being inside of, well, some of y'all too young to remember this, but being inside of Roxy and turning to the right and having to look up, oh yeah, that's Tina Thompson standing right next to you. I watched Lisa Leslie. I watched Teresa Weatherspoon. I watched Dawn Staley. Like, I've been watching the WNBA for a long time, and I've been a fan of the WNBA for a very long time. Like, I'm a huge fan of women's basketball in general because I like fundamentals. Don't get me wrong. I like the NBA. I do. I like the NBA. But I'm a fundamentalist when it comes to basketball. So, I know that the jab step and boxing out and all that, and and jab step going left when they think you're going right, pick and roll screen. A lot of people aren't into that. They're into the athleticism. They like to see the dunks, the highlights, all of that. I get it. And if that's your thing, but I like fundamentals too. I like watching fundamental basketball. I like, and don't get me wrong, as time has evolved, these young ladies have become very athletic. These young ladies are doing everything except dunking. That's it. They're doing everything except dunking. And if we keeping it a buck right here on Sports Talk with Big Sarge, like some of these guys in the NBA, they only made it to the NBA because of their athleticism. They're not fundamentally sound. So, as I digress, I've been watching the WNBA for a very long time. And this year, y'all have made it weird. A lot of you all have made it weird because, of course, we know rookies Angel Reese and CaitlinClark. We know who they are, what they can do. I don't understand. Listen, I don't do politics anymore. I'm a side note for a second. I don't do politics. I stopped doing politics a long time ago because it's toxic and it's divisive. And I don't need that type of energy in my aura. Like that is the politics is too divisive. You start talking about the Republicans and Donald Trump, then you're going to piss off the Democrats who are going to vote or who's supporting Vice President Kamala Harris. You start talking about Vice President Kamala Harris and the Democrats. Now you're going to piss off and agitate the Republicans who are hoping Donald Trump makes it. This is why I don't do it. I don't go back and forth in politics because, like, I don't want to be a part of your political gangs. I don't want to be a part of your political gangs. Whoever you voting for, whoever you're rooting for, that's cool. But I see it all the time on my timeline. And that's exactly what's happening in this Angel Reese and CaitlinClark discussion. Y'all are turning it into Republicans versus Democrats. Former President Trump versus Vice President Kamala Harris. It is becoming divisive and toxic. And a lot of us want to do is just watch them young ladies play basketball. Like you can tell what side a person leans on, left or right. If you ask them, hey man, who you like, CaitlinClark or Angel Reese? How come you can't just like both of them? Now, for the longest time, I was watching the game this year. I said, hey, it should be rookie of the years. Angel Reese has a case to be rookie of the year. CaitlinClark has a case to be rookie of the year. Yes, Angel Reese is not a great offensive player right now. I'm pretty sure she's going to grow into it. But CaitlinClark turns the ball over a lot as well. Those two cancel each other out. CaitlinClark is going to get better CaitlinClark is going to get better with her turnovers. Angel Reese is going to get better with her offense. They're rookies. This is their first year playing against seasoned veterans in the WNBA. They playing against grown women. So they're going to be better, right? They're going to be better. For the longest time, I had co-rookie of the year. But I will say, within the last week or two, CaitlinClark is starting to push herself to the forefront. CaitlinClark is starting to show and display more from a basketball standpoint than Angel Reese is. Not to say that Angel Reese is not having a phenomenal year. Not saying that Angel Reese is not playing great basketball. But at this point, CaitlinClark seems to be the front runner now because she looks just a little bit better in these games than what Angel Reese does. Now, I'm a WNBA fan. My wife is a huge Las Vegas Aces fan. She loves A'ja Wilson. I like watching A'ja Wilson too, but I also like watching the Dallas Wings. And this is for my wife. She know what that means. Hey, it's a player on Dallas. I'm not talking about Agumbawale. I'm talking about TH. It's my girl. But I watch the WNBA. I like watching the Aces. I like what the Connecticut Suns doing. Minnesota Lynx are hot. They're hot. The New York Liberty will step on the court and they could be anybody at any time because they have Breanna Stewart and I can't say Sabrina's last name, so I'm just gonna say y'all know who I'm talking about. And then they have the young lady, I think her last name is Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Like they can hoop. I'm surprised that Phoenix hasn't been better. Chicago Sky, which Angel Reese plays for, they need another score. They need another perimeter score outside of Kennedy Carter. They need more scoring. Like, I like watching them. Indiana Fever. Go back and look at my tweets and look at what I said a long time ago when I said at the beginning of the season, I said, once Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston learn how to play the two-man game, they're going to be dangerous, especially with Kelsey Mitchell. Like Kelsey Mitchell's, I think she's going to be a free agent after this year. They cannot afford to lose her, right? And then the Las Vegas Aces, exactly what Asia Wilson said, they're too inconsistent. So I'm telling you all of this, I'm prefacing all of this to say I'm a huge WNBA fan. My wife and I went to Los Angeles on our anniversary trip, so my wife could watch the Las Vegas Aces and the Las Vegas Aces and the Los Angeles Sparks play against each other. We had some good seats too. Like, I was like right there. I was like, man, these young ladies are balling. I was so excited. I support the WNBA. I watch the WNBA. When I get an opportunity to talk to Cheryl Swoops, one of the top 10 WNBA players of all time, and I know y'all are taking her through something, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. But when I talk to Cheryl Swoops, every time I get a chance, I talk to her about the WNBA. When I had to go cover an event for the Houston Rockets not too long ago, when they were after Hurricane Beryl and they were doing their relief, Cheryl Swoops was there. Go look at my page. I have a video talking to her about the state of the WNBA. Cynthia Cooper is always around. What do you think I talked to her about? The way the game has evolved. But you all have made it so toxic and so political and so divisive. I can't even stand to get on Twitter anymore, because every time it's, oh, you don't like Angel Reese, you're a racist. Oh, you don't like CaitlinClark, that's because you don't know nothing about such and such and such and such. You can't say one negative thing about either of them before both of their sides begin to attack. Why? I don't care nothing about that. One of the reasons why I titled this, Who Are You Voting For, Angel or Caitlin, but not for WNBA Rookie of the Year? Because when you all start talking about Angel Reese and CaitlinClark, it sounds like Trump versus Harris, Republicans versus Democrats. And I can't stand that. Leave that political bullshit out of the WNBA. Don't bring it into these discussions. And just like in politics, it breaks down to black versus white. And I'm saying to myself, how come we can't just enjoy the games? How come we just can't enjoy watching CaitlinClark play? How come we can't just enjoy watching Angel Reese play? How come we can't criticize them when they do bad and praise them when they do good? It's because this algorithm of ones and zeros and bots, as soon as you say something about, as soon as the name Reese pops up or Clark pops up, y'all ready to go at it and just to attack each other. Why? 85% of you all who do the arguing, who do the debating, and I'm talking to some of you media members as well. You don't even watch the game. You haven't. And because now this discussion moves the needle for you and you want to be divisive, then you'll start talking about it. But when I start asking you, hey man, you remember when Teresa Weatherspoon was playing? She was, wait, who she played for? What? Oh man, hey bro, Dawn Staley could hoop. No, you talking about the coach from South Carolina? She used to play in the WNBA? Yes, you idiot. She did. I don't understand how y'all have so much to say. These people have so much to say, and you don't know nothing about the damn game. You go to criticize Angel Reese, and you sound like a parrot. All you're doing is aggregating what you've seen on social media, and you sound blah, 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 blah. You know how I know? Because I've had these discussions, and I'm saying to myself, bro, you don't know shit about basketball. NBA, WNBA, AAU, Little League, YMCA, LA Fitness, 24 hours, the park. You don't know nothing. When I get to start talking to you, when you start talking about how much you love Caitlin Clark, this, that, and the other, and I ask you why? Well, what about her game makes you like, oh man, she can shoot threes. Well, what else can she do? Well, have you got a chance to watch Angel Reese? Oh no, nobody like no Angel Reese. Angel Reese can't finish. Angel Reese is not. She's not as good as Caitlin Clark when it comes to scoring. Well, Caitlin Clark isn't good as she is when it comes to rebounding. Like I said earlier, I'm going. If I had to vote right now, it'd be Caitlin Clark because she's looked better over the last 2 weeks. Now that could change. There's still a lot of season left. That could change. And I could go back to thinking it's co-rookie of the year. But as of right now, I would give it to Caitlin Clark. And what's wrong with that? Why should I be attacked because of that? Hold on. Let me put this up. Angel Reese can't finish. Stop. Hey, let me ask you a question, Brian. And it's terrible because you and I share the same name. He says, hold on. Look, you see that? Angel Reese can't finish. She has a horrible percentage despite taking inside shots. Not good. You're right, Brian. You are right. But you know what? You know what? Now, what I want you to respond is tell me how Caitlin Clark does in the turnover. If I'm not mistaken, last I checked, doesn't she lead the league in turnovers? So she has flaws in her game as well. So for everything that you're saying about Angel Reese and talking about her, I can say the exact same thing about Caitlin Clark and her turnovers. Those two rookies, Brian, rookies. They're rookies. This is their first year in the NBA, in the WNBA. They're rookies. Like, you realize that, right? And I'm not attacking you, but since I always got there's always a other side to that. Does she not have? Hold on. Oh yeah, come on, Brian. I'm ready for this, y'all. Y'all give me a second. Does she not have the ball more than anybody else? Use percentage. Well, guess what? How many? Ugamawale has the ball. How many turnovers does she has? Gray. I can't think of a first name that plays for the Las Vegas Aces. How many turnovers does she have? How many turnovers does Skylar Diggins have per game? Like, Caitlin Clark leads the WNBA in turnovers. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You come in here and you're attacking Angel, but you're not talking about the flaws that Caitlin has as well. They both have flaws. So I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. And that's all I'm saying. And Brian, listen, if you take it personal, I apologize. Hand over heart. Bro, I'm not here for no smoke. I'm not here for no smoke. And listen, I'm from Texas, bro. So that's why I'm loud. So I'm not hollering at you. I'm just from Texas, okay? I'm like for real. You see the cowboy hat. I love the discussion, Brian, but I'm just asking, right? And I mean, I went to work out, so it's still in me. So and Brian, please, like I said, don't take it personal. I'm just, this is how I am. I got a lot of energy. Hold on. Oh, thanks, Brian. Look, Brian. See, thank you, Brian. Hold on. You see what Brian said? I don't, friend, love champ. Thank you so much, Brian. But I had to. You were the first one, so like I said, I was just giving the counter. But back to what I was saying, y'all. It's one of those things where I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of looking at it. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who are, right? There's a lot of people who are. And what I can understand when it comes to this discussion is, like, how come you can't just like both? Like, both of these young ladies are good at what they do, and they have a bright future ahead of them. You're looking at the future of the WNBA right now when you're looking at Caitlin Clark and when you're looking at Angel Reese. Like, those are the two that's going to take the WNBA into the next into the next phase that they're going into, the popularity phase. Now everybody's starting to watch. Everybody's starting to get a little bit more eyes on what the WNBA is doing. And so that's all I'm here to ask is how come we can't just enjoy both? Why do every time I see a CaitlinClark and Angel Reese discussion, it feels like I'm looking at something that has to deal with the Republicans or the Democrats, or former President Trump or Vice President Kamala Harris? Like, why do I have to see that? And that's when it becomes toxic, and that's when most people just turn it off. Most people just be like, but then some people engage themselves into it. Then ask yourself, once you get into these type of discussions, what I want you to do is, after the discussion is over, go back and look at him and see how much time you wasted on not changing anybody's mind. Just like in politics, the people who are going to vote for Trump are going to vote for Trump. The people who are going to vote for Harris are going to vote for Harris, no matter what you say. And it's the exact same way when it comes to this CaitlinClark and Angel Reese discussion. The people who like one likes them and don't like the other, and vice versa. But what I wish is, just like I wish you all would do in politics, is listen. Hey, look, here, I got two people over here. I'm going to go with whichever one is the best. If what he does, his political and his policies fall in line with my beliefs, I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for him. If their political beliefs and if her political beliefs and her policies, I'm going to vote for her, and that's cool. But if you do that, you don't have to attack each other. If you like CaitlinClark, you don't have to attack Angel Reese fans. And if you like Angel Reese, you don't have to attack CaitlinClark fans. Just enjoy the goddamn WNBA. Because there's a lot happening. There is a lot happening in the WNBA. But y'all get yourselves caught up in arguing over Caitlin and Angel, and then you miss what Minnesota is doing. You miss the resurgence of Connecticut, how they've been kind of inconsistent. You miss the Las Vegas Aces and what A'ja Wilson is doing, who is going to be the MVP. There's no better player in the WNBA than A'ja Wilson. I will debate you on that. No better player. Even though the Dallas Stars, it's Dallas Stars, that's the hockey team. Even though the Dallas Wings don't have a good record, go back and look at who they beat. They beat two top 5 teams, two top 7 teams last week. If you haven't gotten a chance to see Aguba Wale play, you're missing out. Phoenix has a good team. They just need to get together. The Los Angeles Sparks have a good team. They lost their star rookie to season-ending injury, but they still been able to put it together. Seattle has a good team. Like, there's some good teams out there. Atlanta plays up and down. Now, the Washington, you still got some time to go. The New York Liberty, they can hoop. They can hoop. So stop getting into these divisive, toxic. Well, hold on. Before I get up out of here, hold on. You may like that type of stuff. And if you do, hey, more power to you. I just don't like it. And I'm not going to argue with you about it because you don't watch enough WNBA for me to talk about it. That includes you, Stephen A. Smith. And I'm a fan. But I understand what you're doing. And I understand how this game works. I understand how you get paid. I'm in the media. I don't have as big a platform as you do, but I know how this game works. I know why you're doing what you're doing. And I know why you're doing what you're doing when it comes to Sheryl Swoops. When's the last time you had a conversation with Sheryl Swoops? Because I had one recently. Have you ever had a chance to sit down and ask her? Also, hey, Stephen, wouldn't she be the subject matter expert on this? I'm just saying. Maybe you have that lined up. I get it. Hey, has Monica McNutt been back on First Take since she told Stephen A the truth? It's interesting. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Sarge Media, and read all my articles at www.bigsargemedia.com. Hey, Texas fans, I'll be back. I'm out.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work.